Hello, Kelly here. I'm at the Penwell Ridge Retreat Centre. I just arrived a few hours ago, um, a couple of hours ago, and I thought I'd do a little tarot reading. I've been doing some little things like I'll show you. I've started a mandala drawing. Uh, I'm going to continue to fill the page. The great thing about mandalas, I don't know if you can see that. But when you do, it's like doodling, but I didn't want it to be perfect, but I found myself as I was doing it stopping to connect a line or fix a dot or whatever. So it's funny how even though I had intentions of coming here and doing some raw stuff and trying to be wild, um, I've still got that intention to make sure everything's perfect. But I'm going to continue with that. Mandalas are really nice to do because I hope you can hear the birds in the background. It's just lovely. Mandalas are sort of like spiraling out, things coming out of your soul. And it might not make any sense when you look at the images, but it's just an expression of your inner self, which I think is really lovely. It's like your soul speaking. So you can do that anywhere, anytime. But while I was sitting here having my sardines, cheese and crackers, and a cup of tea with one of my favourite mugs, which is another mug. You might not be able to see all the details, but there's herbs on there. I got this from Griffinwick on Etsy. I've gotten a lot of pottery from them or her, including the Kununos Gundestrup cup and set plates and bowls. She does one-off stuff, so it's really lovely. What I'm going to do is a reading using the Between Worlds deck. I do love this deck because it's almost like it's the soul speaking. And in keeping with the mandala I just did, I thought let me just do a little reading. I'm trying my best to be my wild self here, hence the reason I don't have makeup on. I contemplated putting on at least some eyeliner, but then I thought, no, stuff it. I'm going to stick with the theme of trying to be my true wild self. Um, Mind you, have a lovely cup of tea. You just got to have some pleasures. I'm in the little galley kitchen. I'll show you. I've shown before the backs of the tarot card for the Between Worlds deck. It's just lovely little birds everywhere, and all the motifs are birds. Oh, there's my phone ringing. I'm not going to answer it. It's probably potential spam. Um, so with this tarot reading, I'm not even going to ask a question, try to force my will onto the cards. I want. Oops, I'm bumping the table. Um, I'm going to just ask the universe, you tell me, what do I need to do to know? I'm going to pull 3 cards. This might resonate with you too. I'm not necessarily being greedy and keeping this all to myself. I'm opening this up for the collective, which includes myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be messy with the shuffling like I've seen some tarot card readers do, and pull out cards as they flip out. Okay, and one more. I like to do a 3-card reading sometimes, which represents past, present, future, kind of like where you were or what brought you to here, where you are now, and where you're headed. Letting the cards tell me. I'm just asking the universe, what's going on, if not for me, for the collective. And of course I'm trying to be perfect with my shuffling, and therefore no cards will jump out. So let's just get a little bit more messy. And okay, 3 popped out. I will keep the 3 because we'll consider the other 2 as bonus cards. So I'll put the other two aside. The first card that came out was Valley of Love. See the little bird motifs there? So that's the first card, and that's the past, or what's brought us to now. And then where we are now, guidance. And the near future, discernment. Now, I don't know this deck well enough to be able to just tell you, but just based on what it's saying, Valley of Love, you know, I have been really open-hearted lately. Don't know about you, but that is probably what's brought me to here. Guidance. At the moment, I really would love some guidance from the spirit realm, from my higher self, from the universe, whatever. Discernment. I feel like that is about being a little bit more, not so much choosy, but being able to see through the weeds and figure out what's pertinent. So I'm going to start with the Valley of Love. That's under valleys, which means major chapter of a spiritual quest, period of time, place, or a mental state, typically long-lasting and multifaceted. So the Valley of Love is self-love and boundaries, definitely something for me that's true. I'm not sure about you. Vulnerability, spiritual or religious spaces, nightlife, romantic spaces. Um, Nightlife might not necessarily mean going out and painting the town red. It might just be your night self, who you are at night. So let's see what it says for the Valley of Love. The Valley of Love demands that you act from the heart. If the heart's song feels hard to hear, this card asks you to listen closer, to lean into feeling. Can you hold boundaries as an act of self-love while also staying open and vulnerable to love's saturating wisdom? Weep, grieve, melt, be seen, rejoice. This card may refer to specific spaces of devotion such as spiritual or religious centers, personal altars, or even nightlife. It may also refer to the personal spaces of romantic and sexual intimacy. Alright, so now we're going to look for guidance. That's where we're at now. Let's see, what does that mean? Guidance. Support systems, advocacy, generosity. On whose shoulders do you stand? This card may refer to the presence or arrival of a specific teacher, mentor, or guide. Can you receive their support? It otherwise might call you into one of these roles yourself. See this as a reciprocal act. Service to another is service to a larger whole of which you are a part. I feel that. And discernment. That's also under aspect. So choice, cause and effect, social justice. Take your time to gather information, listen to elders, and assess the situation from all sides. Perspective is everything. Ain't that the truth? This card places a pin in the present, but with deep connections to the past and broad implications for the future. There are several possible outcomes, and your choices here matter. It is soon time to turn good thinking into right action. Interesting. I don't know how that resonates with you, but I feel good about that. I've been having some wild dreams lately, which I might share later on in the week. But let's see the two that popped out. Domination. I'm sorry about the lighting. I should go and get my light box and put it in here. Because even though I've got the light on and it's bright outside, it's a little bit grainy, the video, maybe. Oh, and here is the second card that popped out. Valley of Detachment. I'm feeling that at the moment. I really needed this retreat in order to get away and be myself again without responsibilities and duties and having to serve others. I know that sounds greedy, but sometimes you need that time. So let's first look at domination. What is that about, even though we know what domination means? Domination, power imbalances, dependency, feeling trapped. Yes, to the feeling trapped. I don't blame my life. Everybody has stuff they got to do every day to keep the ball rolling, the bills paid, maintaining relationships. But let's see, as much as this is a card about control, there is somehow a sense of not having any. This card asks you on whom or what are you dependent, and to reassess where you consent to giving away your power. Is there an outside force keeping you here, or are you choosing to stay in the suffering? This is a potentially liberating card. The cage is open. And I get that. We all our choices and decisions and thoughts lead to where we end up. I don't feel controlled by anyone, but by the same token, I do feel like I'm not totally in control of my own life. Like I just mentioned, we've all got stuff we've got to push through. But the cage is open, so I love that ending. And the other card was the Valley of Detachment. Let's see. The valleys again are about major changes or a spiritual quest. So, Valley of Detachment. The journey through the Valley of Detachment is not always a comfortable one. It demands an excavation of your anxieties around that which you can't control. Again, the control word. More than a routine spring cleaning, it suggests not that you possess nothing, but that nothing possesses you. This detangling is a long-term project rooted in love, honesty, and accepting the truth that everything changes. This card may refer to a physical move, a retreat, oh my goodness, or sometimes a breakup. It may also refer to open spaces like night skies, deserts, or oceans where there is fullness in the emptiness. What a lovely thought. I don't know. Tell me, leave in the comments if any of this resonated with you. I'm going to do some other tarot readings while I'm here, but I'm going to be going out and I'll probably record it. I'm going to sit, there's a lovely picnic table out there on the way to the main retreat house, and I'm going to sit there and do some stream of consciousness poetry, not even writing it down. I'll be recording it and I'll share it with you. See what you think. One of the prompts that I'm going to be using is about um, first of all, especially just like the beatnik, the Beat Generation writers, I'm going to do something that might be a little bit political, but just not my feelings about the world and what's going on in it, how I fit in it, stuff like that. I want to do something. I don't want it to be angry. It might end up being angry. I'm not sure. And I apologize in advance if I do swear while I do it. But I want to be really free and easy. And the interesting thing about the Beat Generation poets, a lot of it was meant to be spoken aloud. And I really love the idea of the stream of consciousness where you're not stopping and correcting everything and making sure everything's perfect. I just want to get it out there and see what comes out. I might hone it later on into a poem that I might release. I might do a book of poetry. I've always wanted to. I've always been a poet. As a matter of fact, as a writer, that's been that's how I started when I was a kid writing poetry. I love poetry. I used to read it a lot, especially nature poetry. But then when I became a teenager, I learned all about the Beat Generation. I love that too. So anyway, I'll share that and I'll shut up now. And continue to share more, whether it's on the fly while I'm here or when I return. Take care.